Okay, I hope this video clears things up just a little bit. Why doesn't Alex Ansary have a cell phone? I've been able to function somehow. I'm able to continue breathing. I'm able to continue digesting food. I'm also able to acquire food and do other things, move through this matrix, and connect with other people once in a while without a cell phone. And I've had a cell phone for well over 10 years. For the last couple years, for the most part, I haven't had a cell phone. And every time I've gotten a track phone, for whatever reason, I think some things are meant to happen for a reason, or do happen for a reason, I tend to lose these phones. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not big into cell phones. I don't like cell phones replacing my humanity. I also don't like what cell phones represent. And they represent that technology, that interface, that middleman that comes between individuals. And there's a lot more people that are on their cell phones than actually interacting with the people around them. Now, even if I'm not necessarily interacting with the people around me, still, that's more real than the cell phone. And I'm already on Facebook. I already have a YouTube account. I already have email. That's very much a part of the grid. And Facebook, in many ways, plays its role in getting between people and replacing that. But sometimes we do compromise a certain degree when we need to get our information out into the grid. And me being a creator of content, past, present, and certainly future, in some ways I need to be interfacing with some of those technologies. But a little goes a long way, and it's all about moderation. And so that is why I don't have a cell phone, because I'm already wrapped up with the other technologies. I don't need to add another. But this also connects in with other reasons. There are certain people that because you have a cell phone, they think that once they get a hold of you on the phone that you need to stay there and listen to them for 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And some people act like they have an addiction to being on the phone. And they will talk, and they will talk, and I've been in so many situations where I'm trying to wrap it up and get out of there, and I've come to the conclusion that some people are addicted to being on that cell phone. Going to the next point, what are they addicted to? What's going on there? How do cell phones affect us consciously? Now, there's mind control and there's subliminal factors, which are very real. Then there's surveillance factors. And more information comes out every single year as to how long they've been spying on us, to what degree. And it's become far more normalized than ever before. At one point there was denial that it was taking place. Now it's just completely normal. But it's even bigger than just your own government having the capability to spy on you. But other forms of intelligence, be they other countries or other, a whole grid of surveillance, amazing, beyond our wildest dreams, has been set up, involving cell phones and so many other things. The radiation, the energy that these cell phones are emitting, it creates tumors. They've been doing studies on this for years and years, and they are still coming out with studies saying that cell phones are not guaranteed to be safe, especially when a toddler has a cell phone. And we're seeing more and more little kids running around with these cell phones with their parents completely devoid of any common sense of the possibility that infants using cell phones at a very young age, that could possibly be detrimental. Cell phones in so many ways has become, for women in the society, it's become the replacement boyfriend, it's become the replacement protector, and it's what links a lot of women to the grid, but also mind control and things that are going on that most people don't know about. And it is being used deliberately, and there are forces of evil on the earth that are intelligent, that are beyond what we can see with the world governments, that are involved in dividing man and woman. The cell phone is a primary tool, and the cell phone becomes like this link in with the grid that has the answers, that gives one the power, where previously they did not have power. So it's a false sense of empowerment, but it comes through the beast system. So there's ways that women's lives are being bettered, and their lives should be empowered, but really embettered for the greater good. That does include the betterment. That includes safeguarding the lives of future generations. I mean, this is a pretty detailed topic, and as I sit here and finish cooking the quinoa, there are so many different reasons, to get back to the general topic, that I stay away from cell phones. But getting into that last issue, in the way that it seems to have really created a weird rift between men and women, where it's created it's changed things into something that is unnatural. And social media, just as a whole, and being able to connect with so many people, has actually reduced the quality of the friendships and relationships that are in our physical proximity. More is not necessarily better. And so while the cell phone may seem to give people more choices, and these dating websites and all the different ways that technology helps become a broker in some of those situations, it's really what we're losing that we need to be aware of, instead of just simply what we're gaining, but what we're missing out on in the human connection between two people. So there's a lot of ways that I have seen cell phones fuck things up and become that surrogate boyfriend for women that are on that path towards independence, which they should have, but it creates a false sense of independence and this link up with the beast system, and there's great potential for mind control. So I want to wrap up that point, because that's also a very, very big one. And then I will move on to my next point: cell phones. Another reason I don't have a cell phone or want to be a part of that matrix. The lithium and perhaps other rare earth minerals that are currently located in countries like Afghanistan. So it's really a conflict mineral. So to buy into the whole cell phone industry on a regular basis and get a new phone, to me that's playing a part in feeding the system that's making money off of these rare earth minerals that are in countries like Afghanistan and so many others. Another reason, I see a lack of empathy at times with people that are heavy cell phone users. It's like the way that it affects them, the frequencies of the cell phone, long-term cell phone use, it seems to create some sort of a trance-like state in those heavy cell phone users, to where they seem to be less conscious of the feelings of others. It could be a shutdown of the third eye that comes from the cell phone frequencies that creates that more apathetic state of consciousness. So those are a list of reasons that I have for not having a cell phone, from privacy to being aware of how it's replaced real human relationships, to the radiation, to what I've seen cell phones do to other people, and so many others. I haven't even bothered to get into Big Brother as far as tracking and surveillance in terms of what that really means. I've just touched upon it. But there's far other reasons outside of what one would call a paranoid reason. There's many reasons that I have for not being a part of the